on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health, performance, and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079, or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember,
every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and every Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
live on the street, 919 FM.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Iwer Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Grand uprising, my people, grand uprising. Trinidad and Tobago, how is everybody doing this morning? Once again, this is your boy, Mr. Johnson, aka RJ, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at 92 East Drive in Chamfleur. Let me just bring some perspective to you. I'm your boss, I'm your boy, your advocate for health. And when I said your boss, I mean your boss of health. And this is your boy, your advocate for health, and I bring perspectives. Understand this. I'm a fitness expert and I'm a self-proclaimed herbalist practitioner. And I use the word self-proclaim because no one can take that away from me. That's my dharma, my unalienable rights that was given to me by the Creator. And your inalienable, unalienable rights cannot be given to you or be taken away from you by no man. Let that land, because you see, we live in our life today believing a whole bunch of things that aren't true. We are programmed, and I always talk about this because this is what have us lost. This is what have us ill. This is what having us eating foods that we aren't supposed to eat. This is what having us behaving like we are crazy. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. This is what having us treating each other like non-humans, and that tells the way you treat other people is obviously the way you treat yourself or the way you think about yourself internally. And trust me, those proclivities has a lot to do with the type of foods we eat. Whether you want to believe that or not, you need to do some research. All right, so blessed morning again to my folks, brand uprising. And I hope everybody continue to shine under the golden branches of the Creator's love and care. And keep doing that. Keep loving yourself. I would have to do just a second there. But let me just continue to do this. Send my greetings. So love in the house again to everybody. Dallas-Fort people, good morning to you. Blessed morning to my entire Dallas-Fort people. That's the village in which I was brought up. And very proud of my village. I think there should be more. More should be done with our politicians. Some things being done. It's just not enough. And growing up there, right now I'm 6 decades, 0.5. And when I go back there, while there are a few things that's done, Dallas need a whole lot more. But wise men come from the east. And we survive because we are wise. Again, let that land. Proud of my village. Dallas-Fort people. Proud of you. Snipes, what's going on? Corporal John, Michael Bess, all my cousins, the best family, the Edwards family, love in the house to you all this morning. Good morning to my siblings, every one of my siblings, blessed morning to you. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully wonderful and continue to shade under the golden branches of the Creator's love. Wax Dog, what's going on? Hope all is well. Wax Dog Senior, Wax Dog Junior, hope all is doing fantabulously fantabulous. So blessed morning to everybody. Good morning, Punella. I hope you're in class this morning. Punella, I hope so, because we're going to have problems. All right? And good morning to Delight Orchids. Good morning to you, my there. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hope all is well. Good morning to my boy, Jason McPhee. How you doing this morning? Good morning to the police service, the police department. I have something to say that will shift people, and it's okay. It's okay. A couple of things that shift people, and we don't like to get uncomfortable because, like I always say, and this is well, there's some facts that metallized in this. We rather safety and comfort than truth. That's just the way life is. And because of that, we continue to perish in our own humanity and our own device. So, love in the house to everybody. Again, love in the house. Michelle, darling, I can't even multitask. I don't know how to do that. But I'll do the best I can, the best I know how, all right? I'll try just now. But if it's not done now, I will do it. I know you're trying to let it be done with so that it can stream live on Facebook. I'll do my best just now. I can't multitask. I would admit that. But again, love in the house, and like I said, I'm going to say a few things that are going to shift a few people, but I will wait a little bit before I say that, and I hope I can bring some light and perspective to that. We don't like to be uncomfortable, but you can only grow when you're uncomfortable. All right, so love in the house. Good morning, Scrappy, my cousin. Good morning to you. Again, like I said, the police department, blessed morning to you. Our regiment, good morning. Coast Guard, good morning. Our fire department, good morning to you. Good morning, Mr. Guevara. Blessed morning to you, my brother. And I must say a shout out to Mr. Griffith, Gary Griffith. Oh, look at say all you want, but Gary. Look at talk all you want. And I know a lot of my friends, my colleagues, have a problem with me when I say that. Because listen, Mr. Johnson, I'm looking for no friends. And anybody who knows me knows I speak my mind, regardless of who is shifted by my comments. Once I don't disrespect you, that's your problem. Me, I have no problem with that. But Gary, love in the house to you. Let me just say this piece here because I know this is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Good morning to you, Mr. Roger Alexander. Now, I see a lot of things about Mr. Alexander, people talking this and talking that. Look, let me just tell you something. You know, if a man, a brother, a sister enter into a new portfolio, there are going to be mistakes. I don't know why we insist on doing things like that. Again, me are looking for no friends. Me are looking for no friend from nobody. Okay? I am saying things the way I sit, and again, like I always say, my opinion, all of us have a right to our own opinion. We have 1,000% rights to our own opinion. We just doesn't have a right to our own set of facts. So what I'm saying here is Mr. Johnson's opinion, right? I think Mr. Alexander, doing a decent job thus far. And when he get critique, I think he should sit down and take that critique and look at why he got those critiques. Now again, these are my opinion, and do what he needs to do and fix it, or look at the critique and fix it. And that's how all of us grow. We're not perfect. We far from it, and we will never be perfect. The only thing that is perfect about a human being is innate biological intelligence, the way our biochemistry was built, the way that was formed by this entity, this energy. That's innate. Nothing else is. And that is perfection. Nothing else is. We just spoil it. The way we think, the type of foods we eat, the way we choose to live our lives, and that type of stuff. So because of that, it becomes foil. It becomes toxic. And we need to do better in that department. So, again, Alexander break no man. Man, he there. Let him do what he needs to do, man. Let him do what he needs to do. And take your criticism. I think you should take your criticism like a man and try to learn from it. But brother, you are my support. 100%. All right, so let me move on. And the Guevara effect is always in effect. Good morning, Mrs. Spencer. How are you this morning, my dear? Hope all is well. Good morning, Miss Gettins. Blessed morning to you. Miss Nicole Huggins. Good morning to you. Miss Aaron. Miss Cynthia Aaron. Blessed morning to you. And my country boy, Mr. Officer Adams. Blessed morning to you, man. Love in the house always. Grand uprising to you, man. Marlon, good morning to you, my brother. Blessed morning. Marlon, we had a talk, boy. We had a talk. I sent a letter. I sent a message to a certain individual who is the president of a certain institution, and he blocked me. But I ain't ready for him yet. I think he's making a colossal mistake doing something like that, especially when I pour my heart into something. Ungrateful people, I have a problem with. I have a serious problem with people who has no gratitude. But I digress. Marlon, hope you're good, man. Blessed love. All right. Okay, so this is the drill. One of the things that I would say that I said I was going to make a comment over with reference to certain things is the fact that I talk about Raja. Another thing that I know will shift people, because this kind of go deep into our programming as it pertains to certain religion and maybe certain political and cultural belief. Now, I do what I had to do on my program to try to edify folks. Again, let me put up my disclaimer. I consider myself an intelligent brother because I know I don't know everything, and I'm always willing to learn. And even if I put even when I put my narrative out there, my narrative aren't absolute, but I confidently will tell anybody, come and shift my narrative. Whatever I want to say, or whatever I say, come and shift my narrative. I beg you to do so. If you do, we can move on respectfully. Conflicts don't destroy anything. Your inability to circumnavigate your way through conflict will be a problem. But conflict don't destroy anything. It's how you finish that destroy it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, again, let that land. Disrespect will destroy it in a heartbeat. Not conflict, man. We need to stop criticizing one another. We need to stop projecting. I'm going to bring this up in a little bit, but I ask I wanted to say a fella, but I don't like to use those sort of connotations. I asked one of my boys very recently. all right, I will. Give me a few there. I asked one of my boys. I can't talk and do it. That's the whole thing, though. You see, if you know how to do it good, then that will happen. I just don't know how to do it. All right, let me try. I asked my boy a few questions, and those questions was, what do you think about 66, the number 666? I don't feel like it just now. What do you think about the number 666? And he says, well, the number 666 is Mark of the Beast, right? It's Mark of the Beast. And I said, you need to start doing some research, my brother. All right? You need to really start doing some research. Michelle, I don't feel like I can handle that right now, but I'll try in a little bit again. 666 ain't no mark or no beast. Because that's one of the things that create a problem for us. They throw that out there a long time ago because, you see, that makes us feel small. It put us in a corner, and it causes us to feel a particular way. You know what I mean? 666 is proton, neutron, and electrons. All you go look it up. It's the very carbon that put everything together on the face of this earth. But you see, if we are exposed to those things, we will get real powerful and we'll be harder to control. Right? So it's the indentation or the indelible imprint in certain institution keeps us quiet and put us in a corner with the 666. So again, Mr. Johnson have a right to his opinion, and if you have a problem with reference to what I just said, go and look it up, go and do your search, and do your fact check or facts checked, how you do it, check it, and then you can call me today or tomorrow and say, Mr. Johnson, you are unequivocally incorrect with that. This is not the case. All right? So, again, I'm telling you, protons, neutrons, and electron. That is what 666 is. That carbon equals 12. Compound number 3. So, you go and look it up yourself and see how powerful we are. That's divinity. That's divinity. That is the God, creator, source energy, infinite intelligence in us. But you see, again, when you don't have access to information, they dumb you down. And then when you get dumbed down, this is the deal. You start defending other things that you have no business defending. And our emotions get involved in it. So before your emotions take the better part of you and you want to jump out, go and do your research and you'll see where that come from. And they weaponize it so they can keep us quiet. I'm done with that for now. All right. Hey, my boy Chuck, good morning, man. You in the country, boy? Good morning, my brother, man. I saw a missed call from you last night, but I tried to call you back. My boy in New York there. I tried to call you back, but I didn't get you. And I was doing some reading. I saw it maybe about half an hour later or so, but I didn't get you. Hope all is well, man. When I get off here, I'll give you a call. All right, so here's the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to process this for a little bit, right? Good morning to all my peeps out there. Good morning to all my people. All the people, you know, I saw on my Facebook status, no, well, whatever, this morning. I know Michelle is going to choke me because she asking me to do something. I just can't do it now. I'm not that versed. I admit, I'm not that technologically savvy. For somebody who knows it would be real easy to do. Yeah, it's gonna. I have to do it after. So, what I was saying there, right? Some of the things that I would let me go back a little bit before I go forward. When we talk in a particular way, or when we interact in a particular way with one another, we always make judgment, right? And I want you guys to think about that for a little bit. Give that some thought, because a little while I lost my train of thought. They're going to come back to me. But let me go back to what I was saying before. Do you guys know that the United States of America, again, when I do my program, I do it in a way where everybody can holistically learn from it. It's not me just coming here and talk about pathologies and physiologies and talk about certain products when need be and that type of stuff. That will always be the basis. But I think wholeness is what we need to understand. And wholeness isn't perfection. Wholeness is embracing the zombie in you, the wicked part of you, the behavior that you can't control, the child upbringing behavior where you were damaged psychologically, your fragmented psyche, the things that make you act out crazy, the things that make you do things that they deem immoral. And I could talk to you all about that. We need to stop criticizing, because nobody is better than none. Nobody. But let me just say this. You guys know the United States of America makes up 4.2% of the population on this planet. 4.2. Right. Process that for a little bit. Good. I hope you did. Do you know the population of the United States of America is on 70% of prescription drugs? If you have a problem with that, again, folks, look it up. The United States of America uses 70% of all prescription drugs on the face of this earth. You're wondering why we are messed up? And the reason I brought it up is because us, Trinidad and Tobagonians, we copy everything from the United States. For some reason, that may shift some people. That's fine, that's fine. Again, this is an opinion. This particular one is an opinion that we copy a lot of things from the United States. It's an opinion because it's part of my observation. Right? Here it is. 70% of prescription drugs is used by America. Process that, folks. Process that for a little bit. That's not healing to me, ladies and gentlemen. That is dependence. That is dependence. Hey Chuck, here what happened. If you want to call into my program, call 342-0081, 342-0081, or 466-5391. Let me call that number again for you because I see you calling, Chucky. Call me at 342-0081 or 466-5391 if you want to call in. Okay? Let me send one of the numbers for you if you want to call. Chucky, if you want to call into my program, right? If you want to call in, call 342-0081, 342-0081, or 466-5391. All right? I'm not sure if you recognize I'm on air now, or you was just sending me this messages, but I'm on air right now on the street 91.9. All right? So I'm not sure if you're here or you're in the States. Loving the house, bro. Right. To me, that is dependence. Ain't no healing taking place there. And we follow that exact narrative. We follow it all the time. Yeah, we do. For some reason, we follow that narrative. Why? Because we see the United States as this great influence and all that, which I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to get into. Because, you see, that's a story, again, another story that was sold that we bought. And they has the temerity. They have the temerity to gangster other people. I'm going to leave that right there. Ladies and gentlemen, there are two drugs. There are two pharmaceutical drugs nobody should put in their body. And I'm going to bring up a topic that I told you guys I was going to bring up. I'm going to go back to the cholesterol stuff. When the statin came out, 1987. 1987. Process that too. Process that too. There are two drugs that we should never put into our body. Again, I'm talking about the things that are declassified. Ladies and gentlemen, declassified, anybody have access to it. As I said it before, and I will say it again, there's certain things I would never talk about on the air because it's not classified information, and I'm going to get myself in worries. It may or may not bring the radio station into disrepute, but I may shift the wrong people, and they may come looking for me. Don't want to do that. That will not be very sensible at all. That would be an egotistical move, and I'm not on that. Although that do happens at times, the ego jumps out. But let's quiet the ego. Let's quiet the ego sometimes. So, these two drugs, statin drugs and PPI. What is PPI? Proton pump inhibitors. And I would explain to you in a bit what PPI is, what we take it for, and what it does to our biochemistry. Let me go to statin. Statin drugs oftentimes is used for lowering of cholesterol. Talk about this already, and I'm going to talk it up, but I'm going to bring it up again because too much reports come on my blood report come on my desk, like they bring did their blood work, and they bring it to me on my desk, and I would look at these things here, and I tell you guys, I made myself learn it. Of course, if you look at your blood test, you'll see the ranges that are there, but there are certain things that you look for as well, and certain things you need to understand as well, like your hematocrit, which is the viscosity of the blood, your triglycerides, which is fat in the blood, and you also want to look at what free radicals mean in terms of uric acid and that kind of stuff, right? So certain, if they are off, then your blood thing can't be good. But I'm going to leave that for now because I only deal with those things when they come into my office. But here's what I talk about now. Here's what I want you to listen to. statin drugs create inflammation in the liver. And I asked people already, the question here is not whether it's not the debate for me isn't whether statin drugs lower cholesterol or not. That is not my debate. That is not my debate. Don't carry me down that road, because I won't get emotional with you with that nonsensical reasons why people should be taking cholesterol medication. There is no reason on planet Earth that anybody, and I stand by that, should be taking cholesterol medication to talk about you want to lower cholesterol, and cholesterol is supposed to be 200 and under. That is the antithesis of the truth. It has no basis for it, and there isn't one single shred of evidence on planet Earth to show that cholesterol causes osteosclerosis. None. Because if you check your hematocrit, you check the triglycerides, you check your uric acid, you check the nonsense that you're eating, you would see what causes the problem that cholesterol is being blamed for. Let that sink in, because you see, we look up to certain people. Again, you guys remember, this is not an indictment against my nurses and doctors. Don't get me wrong here, because I am going to defend my nurses and doctors all the time. What I'm not prepared to defend is the umbrella in which they reside. I have a whole... This morning, if Kyle was here, or one of those dudes was here this morning, just so you know, I'm in the studio alone and I feel good though. I would have put certain things that I wanted to put up inside of the because Brother Baka does be here alone and he's a rebel. I would have put it up, and then you guys can hear certain things from doctors, but I don't have the time to do that this morning. But let me show you again. My argument or debate is not whether statin drugs lower cholesterol or not. No. Because it does lower cholesterol. The problem is what the mechanism of action is, and number one, and should anybody lower cholesterol in any given way? Long time cholesterol was 300, 350. Nobody was studying that. Is the dotish foods we eat? Stop it, the dotish. I don't like to use that word on the air. Is the inept food that we use all the time that causes all these problems for us? But then we continue to do the things that damages us, and then we take something to listen. If your sink is clogged up, not using your sink ain't solving your problems. Let that land. Statin drugs create inflammation in the liver, and it inhibits the production of cholesterol. I'm going to rest that down there for a while. Let me talk about PPI. Most people go to the doctor and you get PPI, proton pump inhibitors, for heartburn and a lot of stomach issues. Folks, every single time you use PPI, you dilute the hydrochloric acid in your stomach. What is hydrochloric acid? The thing that digests our food to prevent it from getting the very thing that you're going to the doctor for, which is heartburn, fermentation of food, and microbes making havoc in your stomach. And you live on these particular drugs and thinking that will solve your problem. Every time that symptom is managed, it makes your situation worse. Every time. Each time you dilute the chloric acid in your stomach, and then you are told not to eat salt. Which salt increases the hydrochloric acid in your stomach? You see why we always sick and there's a revolving door and we have to keep going back and back and back? Because the root cause of your issue has not been dealt with. It's just the expression of your symptoms that's being managed. Ask yourself the question, how will that help me? When you have side effects is the most insidious, deceptive word that you can hear coming from the people who make the drugs, and they list them going down the line. One of the side effects is dizziness. How that could be a side effect? If you're dizzy, you're dizzy. One of the side effects is heart palpitation. Wait, hold on. If you're having heart palpitation, you're having heart palpitation. That, my friend, is a pathology. It's another sickness. This can give you blood clot. So hold on. You have a blood clot. That is a side effect. No. It's another illness. So let us be sensible here. Let us process certain things, because you see, this is the things that you go to the doctor for. And like I said, don't get me wrong. It's the umbrella. They're following certain rules. They have to go under that particular rule, under that umbrella. Don't feel Mr. Johnson against anybody. No, I'm not. Heart palpitation or stroke. So when you get a stroke, there's a side effect. There's a cartoon stroke you just end up with. But you see, we bought this narrative, hook, line, and sinker, consistent, all the time, because we believe one day we are going to get better. Yeah, you will get better if you visit Mr. Johnson and he gets you off all these drugs. And I'm telling you, there's a time and place for the drugs. Don't get me wrong. There's a time and place for it. But to live on it like a nutrient? How? So you go on proton pump inhibitors and it dilutes. You will never stop getting heartburn. Never, ever. And then it will become so bad it comes to GERD. That esophageal reflux becomes dangerous. Now H. pylori set in, which is helicobacteria. Know your worries. And a lot of people are suffering with that and don't know that is what they're suffering with. Let me tell you something. When you get helicobacteria, you're losing weight, you're trembling, you're weak as ever, you can't walk, and then you go back again to them for more drugs, which would make you weaker. So what I just told you, make that make sense to your own head. Side effects? No, it's not a side effects, man. It's another pathology. Let us be real here. Let us get real here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go over and walk you through this again before I get off air. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the people who are out there listening to me. Before I get into this, I was humbled when I go to, and it's only last week, Michelle Rell on her point with her stuff. She's a boss. I give her that. Just last week, Michelle put up some stuff on my Facebook page, Healthy's Corner, because I was off Facebook for like 5 years. Okay. The personal one and my company, Healthy's Corner, and she put it up. And I was going through it and I see it says favorite fan badge or something of 91. And I was humbled by that. I can't remember exactly what it is. I was very humbled by that. So I thank you guys out there, for those of you who support me consistently, and those of you who believe in me. I believe in you too. And I pray to Source Energy all day long, all the time, every day, to lead me to the people who I need and the people who need me, because there are lessons for both of us. And I really take that to heart, you know. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for those of you who didn't get my caller. You live.
Hi, morning. What? How are you going?
Good, my brother. How things?
I'm fine. I listen to your discourse as normal, religiously every Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we can see you and your family from Tobago coming straight down the line here. So
thank you, brother.
Continue. What I want to ask you is not in reference to what you're speaking of, but you had made mention something about the bottled water.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what I want to find out from you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where we live, when we don't get water, when we do get water, sometimes we get Morbi or coffee. So, you know, it's a type of water. It's brown.
Yes, so I get that sometimes.
if I'm still to use the bottled water, right? Now, can I squeeze like a half a lime? So when I'm on my work, I can squeeze like a half a lime or the rough back lemon that I have home and carry that to work as my water. Is that one? Is that a good? It just come to me, so I said, let me ask you, right? And that's one. And two, the second thing, you always talk about the intermittent fasting. I've been trying it, and to me, I feel a little good. But water. Now, water in general, we know it hydrates the body back when you're dehydrated. But in the intermittent fasting, when you always cleanse the body, we know in Islamic faith, when you fast, it stay away from everything until like your time for breaking of the fast. But in this intermittent fasting, can I fast and still drink water within the course of that 10 or 12 hours?
100.
My two quick questions.
Yes.
My two quick questions there. And also, people don't realize on the internet, when you watch on TV, everything, Lyrica, this, that, all kind of tablets that they are advertising every day for the Americans.
Right.
So they are hooked on that.
Yes.
So lockdown and listen, and I did a quick research, and you open up the research on the carbon. So I'll be digging up on that later. So lockdown and listen.
All right.
Have a great day and the best for the season.
Much appreciated, my brother. So let me just make some comment on what the brother just asked me. Number one, with the water, I squeeze some lime in there. That's excellent. Lime or rough lemon, that's a beautiful thing. When you're doing what you call extended eating, intermittent fasting, absolutely you can drink water in between. It's one of the healthiest things that you can do. And let me just say this, if I may, without offending again anybody. It's the only thing that all religions on the face of this earth agree on: fasting. It tells you there's something behind fasting. There's something that's extremely good about fasting, ladies and gentlemen. Again, when you meet certain hours, and yes, you can drink your water, bro. When you meet certain hours, let's say at 16, you make a 12 or a 16. Start off with a 12 if you're not used to it. Go to a 16, then you go to a 18, go to a 20, and see if you can make it 24 hours. When you do that, the body goes to what you call autophagy. Autophagy is self-eating. It goes in all the organelles, all the nastiness that's in our cells, all those toxic things from the fried food, the heterocyclic amines, the acrylamides, all those nastiness that's in our cell that causing us to sick, the body goes and uproot that. It eat it out, right? Then you make a certain amount of hours, it goes to autophagy, and autophagy is where it start recycling what it needs, put it in certain places, and it dash out what it doesn't need. Fasting is one of the most profound thing that you can do for your body, and I urge everyone to do it. I do intermittent fasting. I go for weeks eating one meal a day. One meal. Okay? And the advice that we were given from the upper echelon is that we should have 3 meals a day and snack in between. And I keep telling you guys, it's the stupidest thing on planet Earth. It's the most dangerous thing, the most inept advice that given to man, because that caused more death on the face of this earth than World War I, II, and whatever it is put together. It's just nonsensical, but that's because they want to sell their products to all of us. And in our head, we are absolutely programmed and addicted to this food. You don't sit and crave an egg. You don't crave 3 boiled eggs and a nice piece of coconut bake that doesn't have margarine in it. You don't crave that, or a non-gluten flour. You're not craving that. You're craving processed foods, because you see that dopamine in our brains cause that kind of eagerness and that stuff to we get pulled with, because it's addictive. It's addictive, just like people who used to smoke cigarette or people who smoke cigarette. That's the addiction, because it's the same people that used to make Philip Morris, J.P. Morgan. Them is the people, and they in food company. They buy up a whole bunch of food company and put in the food out there. The same thing is in our food that causing that, but they can't get sued with that. I think a lawsuit is coming up soon with reference to that. I think Gary, I can't remember the guys, the conglomerate who put in that together, and will go after the food industry to make sure that fix. Okay, so my brother, yes, you can drink your water with that. You're on point, and you can put the lime in there. Do your extended eating habit, man. Intermittent fasting, it's a beautiful thing. We need to do that a little bit more. All right. The other story, what I was talking about with the proton pump inhibitors, I think I probably got through that, and I would go back to the cholesterol story one more time for you guys. I had a lady that came to my place with her mom, and she was 93 years old. And I'm telling you guys, I don't want to prolong this, but this is just, again, another way in which we will program. And I just want to use this as a reference. I would never call name geographically where they're from or nothing, but I tell you, I went off. I went from 0 to 1,000,000 in 2.2 seconds. That a 93-year-old should still be taking blood pressure medication and cholesterol medication. I totally went off. It bothered me, and then I went inside and I cried. And if I could have called names, that lady would have tell you, I literally cried. It bothered me so much that would have happened. And I'm going to warn you guys right now. Again, let me just try to walk you through this and give you enough information before the time is up on the air this morning. Cholesterol is a construction material to the human body. We need that beautiful material that was given to us by our Creator to help create more cells in our body. And we go back again to let you guys know, without no cholesterol in the human biochemistry, there would be no human. Talk done. No cholesterol, there would be no cell. No cell, no human being. I'm going to repeat it again. No cholesterol, no cell, no cells, no human being. I want you guys to understand that. So this demonizing and weaponization of cholesterol is a misnomer. It's the antithesis of the truth, and it's downright ignorant. And here we are following that programming and engineered ignorance to our detriment. Cholesterol is the construction material of the human body. I can't say this enough. Our brains is made from myelin. Myelin is 75% that makes up our brain. Well, the 75%, which is myelin is 100% cholesterol. I'm going to go again because sometimes like it's not registering in my people. 100% cholesterol. Let's talk about our sexual hormones. Estradiol, estrogen, progesterone, epidendrosterone, estrogen, all is made from cholesterol. And let me tell you something, gentlemen, if we don't have cholesterol in our body, we are impotent. So all you men who are on cholesterol medication, eat properly and get off that nonsense. Right? And I stand by that. And anybody wants to debate me on that, please, I welcome you. I welcome anybody to debate me on this. You see, naturopathic doctors or the allopathic doctors that are open-minded or become naturopathic will never come to debate me with this in an oblong or negative way. They will never do it because they know the truth about this. This is not an opinion right now. This is academics. This is scientifically proven. And now, our central nervous system, every single nerve in our body, in our central nervous system is made from cholesterol. 100%. And let me tell you again, testosterone is supported by cholesterol. Cholesterol is supported by testosterone. No cholesterol, no testosterone, Prupo. No, none. It not happen. It ain't going to happen. Every single membrane in our body. So we have 32 to 40 trillion cells in our body. Every single one is made from cholesterol. You're talking about cholesterol ain't good? The longest set of people, the longest living set of people on planet Earth are people with high cholesterol. Now they're jumping out. And for those of you who, if you're don't think you're onto something. When you go and you see your cholesterol is 100 or under 100, take it from Mr. Johnson. Tell me if you function correctly, if your testosterone is optimal, and if you don't have problems in terms of the bedroom. Be live with yourself and be true to yourself. Yeah, I want you to process that. I want you to process that. How can something that was made by the Creator, you're hammering it with medication? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. And let me squeeze this in before I go. Vitamin D3, 125 cholecalciferol, vitamin D3 is the only vitamin the human body can make on its own. The only one. We have hundreds of vitamins in our body, right? And let me tell you something. The vitamin D3 is also a precursor for that cholesterol because they love one another. There isn't a cell in the human body that doesn't have a receptor door for vitamin D3. That's why our Creator made us with that. So the reason I bring this up, let me just explain something to you. Cholesterol is made from sunlight. Sorry, vitamin D3, I misspoke. The vitamin D3 is made from sunlight and cholesterol. Look it up. Let me repeat that again. Cholesterol. Vitamin D3 and cholesterol are friends. Vitamin D3, which our Creator allowed the body to make on its own. You don't even have to eat to make vitamin D3. You don't even have to eat. Trust me on that. You don't have to eat. I want you to process that. Vitamin D3 is made from sunlight and cholesterol. Let that land. And then you're demonizing cholesterol. 45% of the people on the face of this earth is deficient in D3. It's the reason when the pandemic hit us, COVID, lick out a lot of black people, because we didn't have vitamin D3 to fight. Didn't have it. And I'm in no way negate there isn't a virus. I know that there was a virus. But I'm going to leave that alone. The time to stop. I don't have time for that right now. Come to my office. Let's go through this. Come to my office and let's talk about this. Vitamin D3 is the only vitamin the human body can make on its own. And it needs sunlight and cholesterol. The same thing that they demonized all the time. Looking at a paper, I don't know where you guys get this from. Looking at a paper, well, I know where you get it from, because it's not you guys to blame. Looking at a paper, well, your cholesterol too high, but by whose? But who said that? And then, you see, I tell you, there are some things I could just burst out here and even play by doctor. Why don't you want to argue with some of the same allopathic doctors that is against these things? This very thing I'm talking about here. When you argue with them, well, Mr. Johnson mad. Well, let me stay mad. Because I'm not going to come on a platform like this to pontificate and expatiate my mental faculties to the people that I care about and give them wrong information. No, I read research before I come here. And this is not an opinion. This is academics. When you talk about cholesterol, that is 100% academics. It's our friend. Correlation is not causation. When you look in a corner inside of an artery that is damaged and you see cholesterol lay there, it's because it saved your life. And the innate wisdom of the human body, the innate wisdom was to put a band-aid and stop you from bleeding to death. And it get blamed. Just like if 25 firemen go to out a fire, because there's so much firemen and the house too small, it must be them that caused the fire. Makes no sense. Correlation isn't causation. I'm sorry. You want your cholesterol? Eat properly. And your body will do what you need to do. Just like your body will do what it needs to do. If your body is deprived of salt, and you start eating plenty salt, your body will tell you when you have enough salt. Your body will remind you of that. Without enough salt in our body, we're dead. We're dying. The human body, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 or 3 essential fatty acids. You want to debate on that? Please come. This is not Mr. Johnson trying to be pompous, pious, and capricious. No, this is Mr. Johnson who is very passionate about a particular subject matter that I know it pertains to our health. These things are not happening to us. They are happening within us. We are destroying ourselves by the foods we eat. And for the people who just saying, well, eating healthy is expensive. I don't know where you get that from. I don't know what you get that from. Maybe you should review your life. Maybe you should review the things that you're buying to look good externally while you are roasting on the inside, because I don't know how you can enjoy the external things if inside ain't correct, if it's not in alignment with what it is that you want. So don't come to me to tell me any story about eating healthy is expensive. No, what is expensive is your mind and sickness. So you could try sickness and see how expensive that is. When you come into them kind of conversation, don't bring them to Mr. Johnson. I'm sorry. And this is when they start to say, well, you're aggressive. You're going, well, yeah, let me stay that way. Because you see, the idea of what a man should be in our world today, being hammered constantly. You stand up for yourself. You try to discipline your kids. Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. Or they pay attention. Pay attention. Are you aggressive? For the right reason. You may call it aggressive, And I will call it, I hear what I will call it. I will call it passion that's wrapped in assertiveness. Let that land too. Because Mr. Johnson, as well as I like to speak out on certain things, I can handle criticism all day long. All the time. Because when it comes to my own personal life, I'm the first to be hard on me. I'm the first to tell the truth about me. I'm the first to do it. So nobody can embarrass me. Me embarrass me. Nobody. I ain't give you that permission, so you can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, my time is almost up. This is your boy, Mr. Johnson. Again, let me just explain to you. Any type of chronic disease in the human body, and when I say any type, I ask some folks, do you know what diastasis recti is? Nope, don't know. Do you know what interstitial ascites is? Nope, don't know. And I see it every day. I see diastasis recti every day, especially with female. Every day, every day, every day. Diastasis recti and interstitial ascites, because interstitial ascites affect female more than men. It behaves like when men has prostate. Fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, which is inflammation in the fallopian tube. If you eat correctly, you're going to be fine. The body will go to war for you. That's why your dendritic cells and your T cells come in.
The absence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but it's happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Iwer Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919.